Hey guys, Ben here. Welcome back to another live stream. We are back with another live stream after I believe I didn't stream last week. But yeah, as you guys know, we do live streams, and today is just, some sort of a special day. It's a Monday. I just wanted to do it today because basically I'm pretty busy in a week. But yeah, we should try and figure out some sort of normal schedule again. Obviously, we're in the off season right now. There is various pieces of news and bits and pieces that we're going to be talking about in this live stream, and obviously we covered some of it in past videos. But yeah, if those of you guys who are joining, if you want to support the channel, please be sure to send in super chats. You can send in super chats by clicking the $ underneath the chat function, and you'll be able to send your support towards the channel and also get yourself answered on the live stream. We have a bunch of topics today, but it's not as many topics as I normally have. So I'm thinking towards the end of the live stream, I may invite the members into the live stream. So for those of you guys who are in the chat, like Nathan, like Jamie, you guys, I'll send you a link towards the end of the live stream, and we can kind of discuss a couple of bits and pieces if any of you guys are free. If you're not free, that's okay. We'll just, interact with you guys in the chat. But yeah, so that's just an idea for today's live stream. I see that Jamie has been a member for 27 months. Thank you so much, Jamie, for being a member for such a long time. You are awesome, and everyone else is awesome here who are watching. And so yeah, stick with me throughout this live stream. We've got lots of stuff to discuss, but we're going to answer the first super chat, and this comes from Gary. So welcome to the live stream, Gary. Great to have you back. Gary says, will Superman be delayed until fall 2024? So I presume Gary is talking about Superman Lois here, because Superman Legacy, the film, doesn't come out until 2025 July. That's very cool, Jamie. Sorry, my camera is not the best, but I need to figure that out. Will Superman be delayed until fall 2024? So I think I've discussed this definitely before. I feel very strongly that because of the writer's strike and because of the actor's strike, that's going to be probably the reality. Now, we're going to be discussing the strike and the impact, and basically we could be a tiny bit closer to some sort of resolution in the next few months, just because I read an article today and it basically hinted that negotiations would start again between the studios and those guilds, like the writers and the actors. For those of you guys don't know about, the way that Hollywood works, it's just all the actors you see on screen. So Tyler Hoechlin, he is a member of the Actors Guild, and if they go on strike, no actors can actually work. So Tyler can't go on set to shoot Superman Lois. So if it goes on for a long time, as we said before, Gary, I definitely think it's going to get delayed until at least summer 2024. I mean, it just all depends when they can get going. Obviously, if we get any news of them actually getting going, we don't even know if they've wrote any of the screenplays, the scripts for the next season. We have to wait and see to hear about that news. So yeah, the strike is basically about, for both guilds, the actors and the writers, is just about trying to get fair pay, especially to do with streaming services, because they basically don't pay actors very well, despite those streaming services and those studios still making money on their content. And so basically they should have a right to continue making money on it as a writer or as an actor, because you're part of the whole system, and basically they're taking all that money. So that's kind of one of the big deals. Also AI, because so many films have insane amounts of CGI. Basically they're trying to cut down and basically utilize what they can in order to basically cut costs and not have to hire actors for as long, and not have to write screenplays. Potentially they could use AI to write screenplays. That's crazy. So yeah, that's my answer to your first super chat, Gary. Thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat. Gary sends in another super chat. Gary says, do you think Barry and Iris, since they both work full time and Barry is the Flash, Do you think they have an active SE life, maybe once a week? I see what you're saying, Gary. I see. Now, obviously, Gary, you have your own ideas about Barry and Iris, but yeah, the Flash is fast. Like, he can go run across the planet in a second. So, what's to say something else couldn't happen? But yeah, thank you so much for the super chat, Gary. I appreciate the funny. I know it's serious coming from you, but I appreciate the super chat and the question. Thank you very much, Gary. Okay, that's true. So if anyone else has any super chats you want to send in, or if you want to be a member and join me at the end of the live stream, please be sure to do it now. So Paul Edwards from DC World. Hello, Paul. Hello, Mr. Paul. He says the Flash season 1 and 2 was the top. That's true. I think all of you guys who are watching the stream agree with Paul that the Flash season 1 and 2 were definitely the best seasons. I like season 3 as well. I think Savitar's cool, but yeah, season 1, 2, they are so good. Reverse Flash, Zoom, and everything. Such a good storyline. I love the mystery. What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. What do you think about season 1 and 2? Okay, we have a third super chat from Jamie. So Jamie says, with the Flash ending, do you think we'll ever see Barry as Grant Gustin again? No, Barry, Grant Gustin again. So like Grant Gustin playing Barry. Sorry, Jamie, I botched your question. But thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate the $4.99 super chat, Jamie. Do I ever think we're going to see Grant as the Flash again? Now, that is a really good question. And obviously, I've been thinking about this a lot. We were expecting to see him in the Flash film. That didn't turn out to be true. They used like some nameless, faceless Jay Garrick who was CGI. At least they didn't like botch Grant Gustin CGI. That would have been kind of weird. But at least we were expecting to see him in some sort of capacity. I have a feeling down the line there is going to be some sort of Arrowverse project, maybe like a reunion. Like you see Friends reunion, you see all these different TV shows getting the cast back together and stuff like that. Like I feel surely at some point in the future we have like a reunion crossover, like 1 hour. Wouldn't that be awesome to see like a 1 hour crossover just for old time's sake? If Greg Berlanti is into it and he wants to produce it, why not? Steven's in it and Grant's in it. So, that could be a possibility. And now, do I think he's going to show up in Superman Lois for a potential crossover episode? I guess there's a chance. We know that the showrunner of The Flash, Eric Wallace, and also the showrunner of Superman Lois, Todd Helbing, they've been meeting up a couple of times. Obviously, they're both writers themselves. I think they're both on strike right now. And they definitely met up after The Flash ended. And so maybe they talked about some ideas. We'll see. Again, we don't know how far Superman Lois is going to continue. But do I think Superman Lois next season? Probably not. If they get another season, yeah, I could see him coming. Also, I could see Grant voicing an animated version of The Flash. That could be a way to actually get him back. Because we've seen, lots of animation that DC is producing. And so, yeah, some big actors do them. So, yeah, I could see that. Still Gutted Grant didn't get a cameo in the movie. Yeah, me too. It's a big, big shame. But, it is what it is, I guess. Nathan is now he has rejoined as a super legendary friend. Thank you so much, Nathan, for your constant support. You are awesome. I can't wait to talk to you towards the end of this live stream. Hopefully you can pop in and chat with us about all the stuff that we're going to be talking about today. So yeah, thank you, Nathan. I really appreciate it. We also have the Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths animation film coming. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like if they have multiple Flashes, why not ask Grant to come in and, film, record like a line or two. Like, he doesn't need to be a big character or anything. Sorry, guys, I had to cough there. So yeah, even just as a cameo, that would be great. Gary says in his new super chat, "Are you mad at me? Do you think Superman Lois season 4 will be the final season?" I'm holding out hope that we get a season 5. I really do think it would be smart to have Superman content leading up to Superman Legacy. We know Superman Legacy is coming out in 2 summers' time, so summer 2025, July. So why not, if Superman Lois season 4 does air in, say, this summer or this fall, why not like start season 5 kind of mid-season, like February, March time, if they already get started, to try and get the content out there. And then by the time of July, Superman Lois finishes its run with 5 with 5 seasons. Obviously, I would like it to go beyond 5 seasons, but I'm not gonna, have false hope. Really, I'm just gonna say for now, 5 seasons would be amazing. So yeah, that's where I'm at with that, Gary. I don't know. I don't think it's unlikely. It might be the final season. I just find it weird that they haven't announced it's the final season if they are already planning it. So if they announce it like randomly, then I guess it's going to get cancelled. Because right now, I guess they're just waiting to see how it does for the new season. But that new season's not going to come around for a while now. So yeah, we're going to have a lot of waiting. Yeah, we're going to have to figure it out. But yeah, I'm not mad at you, Gary. I am very happy that you're here in the live stream. Glad that you guys can make it. Obviously, with us being in the off season, no Superman Lois, no DC show at all. Like, we're pretty much pulling at strings about what we can talk about. So if you guys want to be featured in any upcoming videos, please be sure to go to the community tab, because we have Q&A regular posts going up, because I'm trying to make more Q&A videos to feature you guys in videos and get your questions and theories answered to do with any type of DC TV show or DC film or anything like that. Okay, thank you so much, guys, for the super chat. Again, if you want to continue sending in super chats and getting your questions answered on stream, please be sure to continue doing it. Let's go into the first proper main topic that I have. Now, you guys will be interested to see this for sure, because we got the first look at the back and front, as it says, for the Flash Season 9 DVD set in the UK. I don't know how far this is going to differ in America and in Europe, and also between Blu-ray and DVD and 4K, and I'm not sure if they release 4Ks of it. But anyway, this is the official front cover of the 9th and final season. I think this is a pretty clean cover, if I have to say myself. Like, I love this poster that they released, and they've just like merged it with the other poster. I think it's pretty cool. I would buy this, and I'm sure I'll be doing like an upcoming giveaway for this to those of you guys. Some of you guys are still waiting. For those of you guys who are members in America and have bought the merch, you're still waiting for it. I've literally got it in the back. We just had like big postage issues sending to America recently, but I know Nathan has received, his gift. Yeah, this would be a great gift to receive in the merch. I'm gonna think about how I can make this possible, how I can get my hands on it. I guess it would probably be easier to like send them straight to your address rather than like me gathering it and sending it by the post. But anyway, yeah, this is the back of this. And for those of you guys who want to get merch, you can get merch by clicking on the top link in the description below. So I'm sure at some point we're going to be doing a giveaway for this. As Nathan suggested, it's a pretty good idea, and I should definitely get on that. So yeah, if you want to see the new merch, you can go ahead and click on the site, and you can go ahead and get some merch. If you want to support the channel, get something really nice. I'm wearing the older merch, as you can see. It's like super clean. I don't know if you can see the color, but it's like super comfortable. I wear it like all the time. But the new merch has a lightning bolt, and it's very cool. So yeah, I'll go ahead and show you it later in the stream. But for now, you can click on the link in the chat if you want to get merch. And if you get it now, I'll shout you out on the stream for sure. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue with this. So let me pop this back up on the screen. So yeah, let's see what's included. I don't know if we can tell down here because I'm looking at, oh, here we go. We got deleted scenes confirmed, like normal, and we have a gag reel. That's like the most important thing, like that everyone is waiting for. Like the deleted scenes are cool, but the gag reel everyone loves. I'll be sure to make videos as soon as it comes out. Let me check when it actually comes out. So the Flash season 9 DVD. It says you can pre-order it for August 28th. August 28th is when it's coming out in the UK. Obviously, that's very exciting because that's like, what, under a month now. So I'll be sure to be breaking that all down. No worries, Nathan. I look forward to your photos, and I look forward to all of you guys who get merch and seeing the photos like last time. But yeah, shout out to everyone that's got merch so far. But for now, yeah, let's talk about the next one. So they also released. Look, if I go back, this account is really good. It actually has a lot of DC comic book related content. I really like them. They've also shown us the first look at the front and back of The Flash, the completed series box set. Again, this is from the UK, so from where we are right now recording this. I have to say, I think this artwork is pretty poor. Like, I don't like this. I really hate the, floating heads. I think just doesn't really work. And I think the other poster was way, way better with the Flash running at the bottom. And now it's just like the Flash is covered by like small people. It's just like the proportions are weird. And, their powers don't look that cool. Like, look at Allegra's powers and Cecile. Yeah, it's just not like the best poster. I feel like there's been so many good Flash posters over time that like they could have totally gone for something different, and literally picking anything would have been probably better than that. Okay, and then we have this photo on the back. I think this is shocking. Like, obviously, this is the original suit, but it's the suit that looks like really bad. The cow, this was the cow from the pilot episode, and they actually changed this after when they were going into episode 2 to fit Grant better, and you can just tell it doesn't fit right. And this like design with his like hand like kind of reverberating going off his body, like it just doesn't look good. That suit is not the best suit. I don't know why they would do that. Yeah, it's a callback to season 1, but it's a callback to the pilot where his suit was literally being tested. It's not like his full final suit. They should have, actually gone for something better. Why is the lightning over his head? Is it here? I don't know, but the lightning is not coming from his suit. That's what looks weird. It looks like they've got a background. They've added him on. They've added a bunch of layers, made them a little bit bigger, and then they've put down the exposure. So it's like really, look, you can only barely see the outlines. It just looks weird. I'm not a fan of this, to be honest. But it does say includes hours of featurettes, deleted scenes, gag reels, and more. Obviously, this has got the whole series on it, so that's season 1 through to season 9, and you're gonna have all of that. So that's gonna be like a big thing that you guys can get. It's gonna be quite expensive, as far as I know. I think HMV, which is a DVD and like Blu-ray store, says you can order it for £59.99 in the UK. Don't know what it's going to be like in America. I guess it's going to be like $70 or something like that if we do a kind of rough conversion. So yeah, pretty expensive, but at least you're going to get all the series. But I think I'm just going to be getting the season 9 for now, just because I've already got a lot of the other seasons as well. And so yeah, we'll be sure to do some giveaways when it comes to the season 9 DVD and Blu-ray releasing. So I'm sure I'm going to link it into the merch. I think that's a very good idea, like we did before. Obviously, I still got to sort out the Americans. But yeah, Cecile in the middle. Does that mean she was the main character all along? Yeah, I guess so. I guess okay to. Yeah, I don't know. Tell me, guys, in the chat, why do you think this looks kind of like odd? I just think the positioning, like how small they are. Iris is bigger. Cecile is bigger than all four of them, and then Barry's just like looming there in the background. Like Barry's the only one that looks pretty cool. I just think the positioning is just like, yeah, it just looks weird. Jamie says he hated that suit. Nathan says, "Oh my god, that's awful." Willish says, "I wonder if they chose the poster on the front since it has all the cast members at the same time." Yeah, no, that's 100% why they picked it, just to have all the cast members. But you have to remember, this is the complete series. Allegra hasn't been in the whole series. Cecile hasn't. Chester hasn't. Obviously, Frost has. So, that makes sense. And to have Joe and Iris. But yeah, these three haven't been on the show the whole time. So I don't think it makes sense. It makes more sense to be on the season 9 poster rather than on the series. I think the series poster should have just been Grant as the Flash. That would have been cool. Yeah, like where is Cisco? Where is Harrison Wells? This is just like an up-to-date poster. It's not a series poster, in my opinion. Could have done a thing where they had each suit from every season as the back. Oh, that would have been very cool, seeing the progression of Barry. Yeah, I know they won in the final season, Willie, but this is the completed series. This is the season 9 DVD and Blu-ray, so I think it makes sense to have like, them included because they were like a big part of the show. Yeah, I agree. Arrowhead, Arrow completed series, and even the Supergirl one completely better with the design on the front. Yeah, I 100% agree. Yeah, they're always in the Flash's shadow. You're right, Nathan. Okay, we have another super chat from Gary. Thank you once again, Gary. You're a legend. Gary says, "Will the CW want Superman Lois season 4 airing in the summer?" So I think that's a good question. Do they actually want to air it in the summer? Like, would that be a good slot for Superman Lois? Well, we've seen before Stargirl, it's aired in the summer. Supergirl for one season aired in the summer. Obviously, that was just different circumstances. But I think Superman Lois would work as a summer show. However, they could hold back if they are tight for time. Again, we don't know when they're going to start shooting season 4. They could hold it back till fall. So what do I think is more likely? I honestly think going fall is more safer. So I'm talking autumn to those of you guys from England and the UK. But to Americans, and yeah, it should come out in the fall, like maybe October time, like it used to always come out. Well, not Superman Lois, but all the other shows normally came out, apart from Legends, like The Flash, Supergirl, everything like that would air in October, which would be the start of the new season. So, yeah, I don't think they would be opposed to it, Gary. But yeah, thank you so much for the super chat, and thanks for the support, Gary. I really appreciate it. Okay, let's move on from The Flash. Let's talk about our next topic. So season 3 of Superman Lois now available on HBO Max, or just Max now. So with that in mind, those of you guys in America, those of you who have access to Max, you can go ahead and watch Superman Lois season 3 right now. Obviously, that's pretty exciting because you'll be able to rewatch the whole season. Obviously, it's up and down in terms of like what if you live in different countries, like can you actually see it? Well, for the UK it's pretty hard. We're gonna have to wait until it's probably released like on Sky. That's how they normally do it. They have like a special deal. But first things first, shout out to Nathan. He has just bought a t-shirt. So thank you so much for the support, Nathan. Thanks for getting a t-shirt. I really appreciate it. I can see it on the website. That is amazing. So shout out to Nathan. We'll be sure to do some more giveaways in terms of those of you guys who get merch. Obviously, Nathan got the last one, so that's very cool that he actually got it. But yeah, promise, guys, there's going to be other, more to come. So please stay active on my YouTube channel. I'll announce it in a video, and obviously I'll reiterate it on the community tab. Like, that is a place that you guys should be very active if you like my channel and you like what we do. But yeah, big shout out to Nathan for getting merch. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I can't wait to see it. Send a photo and we'll be sure to include it in an upcoming video for sure, Nathan. Okay, so yeah, Superman Lois season 3 out on Max. So go ahead and watch it if you guys have access to Max. I believe people in Europe can watch it as well as Americans, but English and UK people will have to wait a bit longer. And yeah, we'll do that, Nathan. We're definitely going to brainstorm some stuff. We can do that together. Willie says, any word on the Superverse or that idea is done considering the future of Superman Lois? I really feel like it's done, only because, you know, they never got it really started. Like, they only kind of hinted towards it. But, you know, the whole point of, like, having Justice U would be to link it into the Superverse and have it there. So I think this whole debacle of, like, having the Superverse over Arrowverse, like, right now, we would take anything. Like, I would take the Superverse over the Arrowverse, over getting nothing, I mean, over just Superman Lois. So seeing Justice U, you know, not going ahead, you know, that would have been involved. And, yeah, I mean, we can only hope that somehow there is more spin-offs and there's more DCTV content, and maybe the DCU like brings in some characters that we've seen before. That would be awesome. Obviously, we don't know, you know, the way that they're actually going it, but yeah. You can just send your theory in the chat and I'll read it, and, you know, maybe we can have a discussion, or, you know, we can include it in a future video. Yeah, the only DCTV show on right now is My Adventures with Superman. It's supposed to be really good. It's an animated show on Adult Swim. I really got to catch up. So no, Kater, I haven't actually watched it yet, but I'm planning on watching it. And if you guys really like it, I'll for sure make videos. I'm not actually sure about like the way it's releasing, like weekly or not. So episode 6 is slated to come out August 27th. I don't know if that's just like a 6-episode season or if there's more. But a couple of sorry guys, a couple of days ago on the 28th, there was a new episode, episode 4. Episode 5 comes out on August 4th, so that's just later in the week. So yeah, that's very exciting. I gotta get caught up. So if you guys are interested, I'll definitely make some content to do with that. Jamie has seen the first 2 episodes. That's cool. I hope you enjoyed it. I know everyone I've talked to has really enjoyed it so far. Yeah, you want to. But let's move on to the big news, really. Like, I think this is fairly big news, so let's bring this up. I'll be sure to make a video on this probably as well, because I think it's interesting. Okay, so the CW. Let's talk CW now. So we know they went ahead, they cancelled pretty much all their shows, whether it's DC or not, and they basically went out there and they bought like a bunch of new shows, or shows that were airing in different countries that were basically less seen, and they thought, oh, we could buy that for cheap, like let's air on our network and it's going to work out. But things haven't been working out for the CW, guys. So the CW, as you can read from this TV Line article, has pulled down basically 3 new shows or 4 new shows. And so they say Down to Earth with Zac Efron and Fantastic Friends are both pulled after 2 episodes airing on the network. You are completely right, Nathan. They are idiots. They are total idiots. So obviously Zac Efron's big, so they were expected, okay, like, you know, Zac Efron, hopefully we get some sort of audience. But no, they don't know the CW audience. The CW audience isn't 50-year-old, 60-year-old people that are lying there on the couch just like waiting for a Zac Efron show. No, that's you know, that's totally the opposite of what they were talking about. Yeah, they want cheap entertainment, but this cheap entertainment doesn't always work out. So they say the CW has pulled Zac Efron's travelogue after 2 episodes. The network has also basically, taken off Fantastic Friends starring the twins from Harry Potter and from its primetime lineup. So that is basically occupying the spots where, DCTV shows would be like Legends of Tomorrow, like Batwoman, like Gotham Knights, like, The Flash, Superman, Lois. And so they decided to put this Zac Efron show and this Fantastic Friends show. And now they're just showing instead repeats of old talk shows, basically, like game shows. So Penn and Teller and Whose Line Is It Anyway? We've seen that. They've been airing for such a long time on the network. And so they're filling in on Tuesday nights, on the Flash nights. Imagine how bad it is. Oh my God. I'm talking original Flash night because, it used to be Tuesdays, but then it ended up being Wednesdays. So Down to Earth with Zac Efron's CW debut on July 18th drew 306,000 total viewers. So that's on the debut of the show. Like normal debuts, you want to have a big number. Yes, that's okay if that's like your 6th, 7th season of the show, but starting off at 300,000 total live viewers is not very good. And so then the audience for its second outing the next week dropped 24% to 232,000 viewers. Now, I think the reason that they've taken this down is they've seen this initial number. They're like, okay, this is a decent number, but if it was like a 6th or 7th season of a show, and seeing the 24% down literally into the next week, I mean, where do you guess it's going to go from there? It's going to only go down. It's never going to go up because there isn't that interest in the show. So where does it go? It's going to go down 20% more the next week. If they didn't cut it from the network, it would go probably like 10, 15%. And then it will keep going down until they get to the point where it's like under 100,000 viewers. Like that would totally be the case. And that's the reason why they've pulled the show. Like, so on average, basically the viewership was trailing behind some other shows, like Nancy Drew was doing better and various other shows. And obviously there is other shows like maybe Riverdale that haven't been performing well, but it's the final season and it's going away. So yeah, those are the latest shows. So Zac Efron's Down to Earth and Fantastic Friends, which are recent acquisitions from the new CW by Nexstar to bring in to the network to replace all the great content, all the great genre content that once was on the CW. Obviously, we got a few shows left like Superman and Lois, but those shows are all going away and they want shows like what you're getting here. And, I'm not saying Fantastic Friends or Down to Earth are bad shows. I'm just saying that's not the CW's audience. So they don't understand their audience. And so it's not a surprise to me, and I'm sure it's not a surprise to you guys watching, that these shows aren't going to perform well in the network because that's just not their audience and they don't understand their audience. So yeah, that's what's going on with that. And also apparently there was another show called Barons that was also yanked from the network. So that was taken away after 4 episodes. So this is definitely going to be a very consistent thing in terms of, future cancellations. It's just going to happen more and more because they're going to get cold feet about, certain shows that they acquire. And then at first they're like, let's give it a shot. But really, is it what I think? I actually hope, and I know this sounds terrible, but I hope the CW fails. I hope the new acquisitions that they get don't do well. They don't perform well. And it just emphasizes the importance of having those great genre shows, those DC shows. And it will be like them trying to crawl back towards Warner Brothers, being like, can we have another Superman show? Can we have another Supergirl show? Can we have another DC show? Because we want the numbers. Basically, the CW is going down the drain pipe if they continue down this way. And I don't know how blind they are to not see that that is the case. They've already pulled 3 new shows. So it's only going to go further down. And I hope it goes further down so they come crawling back to Warner Brothers and being like, okay, we're going to pay the money. Let's do more DC shows. And I hope Warner Brothers is like, yeah, you've learned your lesson. Or I hope they're like, no, F you, go away. And the CW just collapses and we find a new home for shows like that. Obviously, we're getting Max, and that's going to have DCU TV shows. That's obviously very cool, and I'm looking forward to those shows like the Green Lantern show. It's going to be very cool. However, I think there should be some sort of other home for DC in case we want Elseworld shows like the Arrowverse to continue on into the future. And so, yeah, I hope you guys agree with me. I feel like most of you watching and most of you watching after will agree with me because we're all kind of, thinking quite similarly. And so, yeah, thank you, Willish World. I am speaking facts. Yes, I would love to take over the CW. Yeah, one day when I'm rich enough, I'll buy a CW and I'll produce all the DC shows that you want. We're gonna have the best DC shows out there. So for now, I want to remind you guys to send in any super chats that you want me to answer on stream before we get to bringing in some of the members into the live stream, and we're going to discuss some of this stuff. So yeah, the last topic I want to discuss is really just, in terms of the strikes and Superman Lois, when, is there sort of any sight in the future like that maybe things are going to be okay in the next few months and we're going to actually kind of churn towards like getting the show started? Like, is there any possible way that they start filming before the end of the year? I think right now, yeah, it's probably unlikely. So, sorry for the yawn. That's the third yawn. But yeah, I think I have no idea what I just said, guys. My brain is so bad. I think I was talking about the strikes and basically how I don't see them actually going, to start shooting before the end of the year because I don't think they wrote any of the screenplays. So yeah, right now not looking very good. However, I do hope some sort of resolution that benefits the actors and the writers is agreed very soon. And so yeah, I think, these big studios, they're really, really, damaging their own reputation by prolonging this. Like, as much as I love the content of like studios like Warner Brothers, like I love DC, but it's not necessarily Warner Brothers. Like, it's DC. I love the characters. And so, at the end of the day, I really hope that they figure it out. They actually realize that these are human beings working for them. And I hope we can get back to normal. I hope Superman Lois can start shooting. I hope we can get more DC shows off the ground and going. And obviously, we'll talk about them here. So yeah, that pretty much does it for the topics. I'm going to go ahead and send the link to Jamie and some of the other members. I'm going to try and bring it up. I don't have access on my phone. We've got Inception from Jamie. He's sent us a photo of him watching in his living room with me on the big screen. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I need to watch My Adventures with Superman 2, Willish. So I'm going to send this link to the guys and everyone in the chat, in the members chat. And if you guys want to be a member of the channel, please click the join button down below and you can join future live streams. So I'm just sending the link to them. We can discuss a couple of things for like maybe 15 minutes or so because I don't want it to go on too long. It's pretty late already, as you can tell by me yawning 3 times already in this live stream. Jamie has said he has bought some merch. Oh, I see it, Jamie. Shout out to Jamie. Thank you so much for buying merch as well as Nathan. Let me see, what did you get? Oh, I see. So you got a Dark Edition Sand t-shirt. I really love that. That is awesome. That is one of my favorite designs. I love that black lightning bolt. For those of you guys who have seen the new merch, obviously you've seen the videos in the live streams. That's me and my partner. We actually made that video. I make, I'm a filmmaker myself. So, that was pretty fun to make with the new merch. Basically, I ordered like a bunch of samples of the merch and, I've just been wearing them nonstop. So yeah, that sand one with the black lightning bolt, Jamie, I think that's awesome. I see that Nathan got it's a navy blue shirt. So it's got a golden lightning bolt. That's pretty cool. I like both of them very much. I'm thinking, did I get any of the same? I don't think I have. I think if I got any other ones right now, I would get that sand one that you got, Jamie. I think it's very cool. So shout out to Jamie and shout out to Nathan for getting merch during the live stream. And obviously, if you get any merch or if you become a member or if you send in super chats, we'll be sure to answer you in the live stream and, you know, feature you, because I think that's very cool. All right, so we got the two people I was just talking about right here with us to discuss all the latest and get their thoughts on everything. Hey guys.
Hello.
Hello. Long time no see. Nice to have you guys back.
Long time no see.
Good to have you back. How have you guys been doing since we last saw you?
Not too bad.
Pretty decent. You going a bit crazy? No DC, no DCTV.
Yeah,
a little bit crazy. I mean, we had the Flash, which was like pretty cool, but like that kind of, you know, films die out a bit after a few weeks or so. We got Blue Beetle. You guys excited?
Oh yeah, definitely. I can't wait.
Well, I can tell you, I think you probably heard, I've seen the film and I can't say anything. All I can say is I've seen the film. I can't even give a reaction. Like, it's heavily restricted. I got WB snipers out of the window right now, guys. Like, I gotta be careful. So
all I want to know is, do they go on to the original origin story, or is it a new one? Oh,
that's spoilers. I don't know if I can comment on that. Wait, maybe I'll give you an answer later. Let me have a think. All right. Sorry to be so coy. It's not that I don't want to give you the answer.
Yeah, all I've been up to is getting ready for
people might be watching the stream. But have you guys been watching My Adventures with Superman? Because I talked about it that I haven't seen any. That's so funny.
That is weird.
That's great. That is Inception. There you go, Nathan. We made it. We're on the big screen.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so, I have been watching with Superman. I've only watched the first 2 episodes, and it's like a friendship more than anything between Superman, Clark Kent, Lois Lane, and James Olsen.
Yeah, Jimmy. Yeah.
Oh. So it's like a friendship type thing between them.
That's cool. That's cool. Isn't it like kind of more early days Superman? Like,
yeah.
So
how he discovers his life on Krypton as well is influenced into it.
Sounds good. Yeah, I'm really excited to go ahead and watch it. But yeah, so we got Blue Beetle coming. I want to get your guys' thoughts on what I just talked about with the CW. Do you guys completely agree that with, you know, them canceling all the DC shows, canceling all the other shows, like they're just going to drive themselves into the dirt? And do you actually think they're going to come crawling back asking for those shows? Like shows like that, or what? Or is it just going to collapse? What do you guys think?
I agree that I think it's going to go to shit. Yeah. I think it's absolutely gone to shit, and it's only going to get worse. And I'm pretty sure if they do come running back to Warner Brothers, Warner Brothers will make them beg, because they had a good deal going with them, and it's just gone really, really bad.
Is CW and CBS still owned by the same people?
So wait, what did you say? WB and CBS?
Yeah, CBS.
Yeah, CBS is owned by Warner Brothers.
Because I think that's where they went downhill when the partnership between CW and CBS went down.
Right.
So if they still have the partnership, I think it'll be all right. But now that they've got rid of that partnership and the partnership with Warner Brothers, it's all going downhill for them. And I think eventually it'll be where CW doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like, I think they're just going to run to the point where, you know, it's unfeasible and unreasonable for them to even exist. Like, it's just going to cost way too much money for what people are getting out of it and the ratings that they get. Like I said, like this show with Zac Efron, it got like 300,000, right? That's okay for, like I said, like a 5th season show or something like that. But, you know, going
Not
for
the
the
season.
premiere episode and dropping 24% in, you know, a week, it's only going to go down dramatically, right? So,
yeah.
I mean, if they actually played that out and had, you know, until the end of the season, I reckon the numbers would have been less than 100,000. Easy.
But I think the way that they should have done it is promote the program a bit more.
Yeah, because they don't trust it, right?
Rather than
they don't
say, "Oh, here's a new program. Let's watch it."
Yeah. No, I agree. It's
I mean,
all
that
about
worked. That worked for DC shows because everyone knows and loves DC.
Everyone
shows.
knows they're on the CW. Yeah,
they know what they're getting. But with random shows that they're just putting on, they had to do more. They had to do more broadcasting. They can't just do one trailer or 2 trailers and expect people to tune in. It's just insane.
They should have done more promotion for the programs that they acquired.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's just absolutely crazy to me the way that they are operating. The CW obviously is just a new way of operating, but yeah. All right, let's get your thoughts on some other stuff. Anything recently caught your eyes, guys, in terms of like Superman, Lois, in terms of any DC news or anything?
The only things that have caught my eye lately is the new Warworlds animated film that's coming out.
Oh yeah, that's some of my friends watched that.
The Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths animated film as well.
That was very cool. I'm very excited for that. I talked about that before, that in that Crisis film, they have the opportunity to go crazy. And I like that. Have you guys seen Spider-Verse, the new
I haven't seen the new one yet.
Watch the new one and think about that Crisis film and think about how cool it could be.
Yeah, because they could also, because with the new Crisis on Infinite Earths movie, they could bring the likes of Young Justice, Batman Brave and the Bold, and other shows like Krypton, the Superdog, into it as well, and include every single animated TV show ever.
Superman the animated series, Justice League.
It just depends. As long as they still have rights to them, it just depends on how it goes with the other companies.
I'm pretty sure they do, because this is DC and Warner Bros. Themselves producing the film, so I'm pretty sure they have rights to the old catalog. I'm not sure where like the old shows aired, like Batman the animated series or Superman the animated series. But I presume it's in-house.
And they could even include Teen Titans into it if they wanted to.
Yeah. I mean, they could even include, if they want to go crazy, they could include the Arrowverse animated. Because there's a couple of episodes or films. Vixen, and there was the Ray. So they could, that would be really cool. Like I said, like imagine Grant Gustin, Melissa, they just like have a tiny cameo, but it's like an animated cameo. That would be great.
Ben, you would collapse if Melissa joined that, wouldn't you? You would collapse.
Yeah, I would. It would be insane, guys. Insane.
Or even have pictures of them showing it in a comic book, maybe.
Yeah, that's just anything. Anything would be nice, right?
I mean, to be honest, I think because I was a big fan of the animated movies, and I think I said it to you guys, that I think the Crisis on Infinite Earths film will be it's to be brought on from the stuff that's happened in previous films.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure where you're at with them, so I might spoil some bits. So just might want to block your ears. But so Justice League Apocalypse War that led way into the Tomorrowverse. So that's where they kind of rebooted the universe after things went really bad with Darkseid. And we see Constantine, who gave Barry a magical push, and he got thrown into a kind of like a space abyss. But if you see the way it's moving through the universe, it looks exactly like the antimatter wave. It looks exactly like it.
Yeah.
And the way Constantine was screaming as he was going in there, he was begging to be killed. So I'm pretty sure, obviously, if you get hit by antimatter, sorry, you're erased from resistance. So I think that's why he was begging to be killed. And there was one theory that went around saying that John Constantine was in the new Green Lantern film, but he was a homeless guy, and apparently he was ranting. So yeah, so apparently my theory is that he somehow escaped going into the antimatter wave, and he ended up in this new universe, which probably Barry created. But he remembers everything from the previous universe. And as we know from like Psycho Pirate, they go a little insane when they remember these things. So he's now a homeless guy ranting about, like the previous universe. And I think that's gonna come in Crisis on Infinite Earths. I think he'll be like the guy who tells them what's been happening. Probably the guy who reminds Barry about what he's done. Because I've noticed with Flashpoint Paradox into the New 52 animated films and this one, Barry has forgotten he did Flashpoint. Because in Justice League War, he had no idea who Batman was. And they didn't recall Flashpoint at all. So I think it kind of wiped his memory until a certain point. So I think that's going to happen again. But with Crisis, I think they'll go mad with it. I think we'll see.
Yeah,
I hope we see like Kingdom Come Superman and stuff like that. I hope we do.
I really hope they go crazy. Like, that's all you can hope for from a Crisis film.
Oh,
so
definitely.
But with the Crisis film, what do you think the runtime will be?
The what? Sorry?
The runtime, what do you think it will be?
I don't know. These animated films that they make aren't very long. I would guess, maybe they go a bit longer and it's like just under 2 hours. I think they're normally like an hour and a half or something, maybe 2 hours for Crisis. I mean, obviously it would be nice to be longer, but I don't know. Animation takes such a long time. I don't think they're gonna go like super long with it. So 2 hours.
Apocalypse War was 1 hour and 30 minutes, and that was a big film.
Exactly.
So I'd say if Crisis is bigger, then I'd say at least 2 hours.
Yeah,
that's probably the most they can do with an animated film.
I think so. But yeah, that pretty much does it for this live stream, guys. Do you have any last things you guys want to talk about before we head off?
Only that next time we come on stream, I will be wearing my merch.
Very cool. Yeah, I think the UK shipping, because obviously I don't do the shipping, but I think it actually comes really fast. Because I remember last, when we did this merch, that came really fast to you guys. So yeah,
I got an email saying that mine will be here between the 3rd and the 10th.
3rd and 10th. What's the day today?
That's about a week.
31st. So yeah, it should be like within a week. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Anyway, thank you to everyone who has been watching this live stream, and thanks to these two specifically for your support. Thank you so much. Also, shout out Gary, who has sent in a lot of super chats throughout the live stream. But yeah, shout out Gary, even with the weird questions, but still, we appreciate you. But yeah, so we're hanging on in there. Obviously, for those of you guys who are regular watchers, we're going to be trying to make as much content as possible over the off period. But as I've said many times, not much going on right now, although I think I'll make a video on one of the topics that we talked about today, probably. And so if any of you guys want to be featured in any Q&A videos, go to the community tab right now or message me myself. Yeah, you can, if you send in something like really cool, really interesting, that would make a good video, I'll be sure to include it. Obviously, we do like multiple questions every video, but yeah.
And don't forget to join.
Yeah, and don't forget to join and become a member if you want to be featured on an upcoming live stream like this. We'll do a proper members live stream with the whole gang very, very soon. We've been trying to, well, I need to properly organize it, and so to try and get catering, to try and get everyone else in, and yeah, that's going to be good. So stay tuned for now. We'll be back with regular live streams. I just have a busy week this week. That's why I thought I would do Monday instead. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you guys later.